What's poppin', YouTube? It's your boy, wavy6 with another episode. I get a lot of comments on my YouTube. In DMs, they ask me, how long should you brush until you get processed to get waves? And this question is kind of self-explanatory as long as you have enough hair, because if you don't got hair, you don't get waves. It's common sense, right? So how long should you brush for you to get waves? That's a good question, but at the same time, you got your own answer. If you don't brush, you don't get waves. It's real simple. Don't worry about the products, don't worry about the do-rags, the rest of the thing that comes with the waves. Focus. If you don't have hair, how are you gonna get waves? Simple, right? Once again, curls is waves laying down. Okay, so how long should you brush? I don't know. Sample. If you're straight hair waver, right? Straight hair, and you only got 4 weeks, you probably get ripples. Why? Because the thinner your hair, the more you gotta woof, and that's including brushing. The more you brush, the better your waves get. You stretch it out to the maximum. The curly your hair is, you still gotta brush. So it don't matter what kind of hair you have, what kind of type of hair. Regardless of the fat, you gotta brush more. You gotta brush until you max it out. And remember, having waves is not just brushing every day and then it stop. Having waves is brushing every day. If you stop for 2-3 days, it depends. If you're woofing, it's gonna get messed up faster. But if you cut it into 2 with the guard like me, or 2.5, or if you're a coarse hair and you cut it 1 to 1.5, no matter what, if you don't maintain your hair, your waves is gonna vanish. Your waves is gonna disappear. Because the main key to having your hair waved up is by brushing. That's the only thing that keep your hair waved up, the brush. Don't worry about the chemicals that you put your products and everything else. The main key is this. This is the main source when you're having waves. If you don't brush every day, if you don't maintain it every day, they're gonna last maybe 2-3 days, depends. If you got deep waves like I have, they probably gonna last maybe a week. After that, they're gonna start vanishing. Why? Because you're not pulling the hair. That's the main key of the brush. You gotta stretch the hair so you could curl up and bounce back like a spring so it could be able to wave up. If you don't brush every day, I don't know what to tell you, because the main key to having waves is brushing. So me personally, maybe I'm overdoing it. I don't think I'm overdoing it, because 360, Jeezy, PB2Go, Wave Mind, all these guys, they brush every day. So I don't think I'm overdoing it. I'll brush before I go to work for like 30 minutes. I'll brush when I come home, 7 or 8 that I come home. I'll brush until I go to sleep, which is like 11, 12 o'clock at night. I don't brush all those hours back to back, but I split them. Half an hour, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. I go back, back and forth, but I brush until I go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I do 2 sections. I do a medium and I do a softy. Most of the time you see in my videos that I use a softy, I do it for demonstration. You know what I'm saying? But if I gotta do a section, I do it. I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? But most of the time when I do videos, I use the softy because it's easier. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want my hair to get frizzy. You know what I'm saying? Get messed up again. But I don't know the answer to tell you. I already tell you the answer. You gotta brush every day. Sample. I'm gonna do a small section with you guys while I explain it, and I give you a few tips in the brush section. So if you don't brush every day, at least you could brush every 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Because 1 or 2 or 3 days that you don't brush, your waves is they still gonna be there. But that's including having a do-rag on. You know what I'm saying? But I think after the 3 days, your waves, they're gonna start vanishing. Like they're gonna start fading. They're gonna start getting smushed. Why? Because you're keeping your do-rag all day. You know what I'm saying? Even though if you take it off after 8 hours, if you're not brushing, remember your hair get used to it. It mold onto whatever you have at the same time. What I mean is they move. So if you got 8 hours with the do-rag on, you take it off, right? But you don't brush. And then you put it back on. And you go to work, do your thing. You're not brushing. Your hair slowly, they're gonna move. Remember, waves, they do move. Okay, you might don't see it, but they really move. That's the reason why you get forks. That's the reason why your patterns change, because they moving. So if you don't brush, your waves eventually, they're gonna move, and they're gonna move bad. I'm talking about bad, like they're gonna look ugly. They're gonna look like somebody dropped a piece of gum in your hair. They're gonna collide, they're gonna touch each other. They're gonna start making forks. So once again, this is for my subscriber that asked me the question, how often and how long should I brush to get waves? First of all, if you're a beginner, which is you're on the ripple stage, you just gotta continue brushing. If you could brush 1 hour a day, do it. If you could, as 5 hours a day, do it. As much as you can, because at the end of the day, the only thing that's gonna get your waves is brushing. The products, they come in handy to maintain your waves. You know what I'm saying? They do their part, but the main part for you to get waves is this, is brushing. Okay? Because you gotta stretch your hair every day to maintain the waves stretch. That's the main key. And I learned that in the hard way. You know what I'm saying? When I became a waver, I wasn't brushing like that. And my waves, when I was in ripple stage, I feel bad myself. Like, yo, where am I getting my pattern? Where am I getting my pattern? I started watching videos, and you gotta brush. When you're on the ripple stage, that's when you gotta brush the most. That's like you being elite. You gotta brush the most, so you could stretch that way. And you gotta you gotta wolf too. You gotta wolf at least 8 weeks, so you could go to the curling and keep brushing and keep brushing and keep brushing until you know what I'm saying, get that wave pattern. When they come in, it's up to you now to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Fix the forks, make sure, you know what I'm saying, you modify your brush angles. Okay, I wasn't brushing, this was the wrong way, let me brush this way. You know what I'm saying? You learn little by little how to tweak with your hair and how to fix your own pattern. That's what I did. And I got the pattern that I have because I was learning from my mistakes. I was learning how to brush the right way, not to flick my hands every time that I'm brushing, like going like this. You got to keep your head stiff, your hands stiff. Like if you're brushing like this, example, keep it like that. The reason why, because you get, so you got to do, you just got to keep brushing every day. Brush half an hour every day. The more that you brush is better. But if you start brushing, if you elite waver and you start brushing, they know. Elite wavers, they know. Having waves is maintaining. You know what I'm saying? It's like you maintain every day. It's like you gotta eat every day. If you don't eat every day, you get weak, you get skinny, you could die. It's the same thing. Going to the shop every week, get a lineup, get a shape up. It's the same thing. If you don't maintain it, they're gonna die out. They're not gonna get curled up. They're gonna curve down. They're gonna get frizzy. They're gonna vanish. So the main key about having waves is brushing. So that's the answer that I gotta give my subscriber. Okay, how long should you brush? You gotta brush until your arms hurt, until you think it's enough. You gotta make your own judgments. Okay, you gotta make your own judgment. Like me, honestly, I brush when I come home. I brush until I go to sleep. Once again, I brush until I go to sleep until I'm satisfied. So you gotta be satisfied with yourself. Don't do it for the rest, do it for you. If I feel that it's enough, the way that I'm brushing and I think it's good, you know what I'm saying, I think it's fair, I'm like, okay, it looks good, fine, that's it, rag up. But don't brush for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. At least half an hour every day. At least half an hour, 20 half an hours every day. And not just one angle. You know what I'm saying? Just go in. Go in. You got a wolf. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you focus on your angle. Don't move too much your wrist, because you don't want to create forks. Maintain your angles. Make sure everything is good. Stop flicking your wrist. You know what I'm saying? Be precise with it. You see, like I'm doing it. I'm moving precise. I'm not moving too much my wrist, so you don't create forks. Feel me? So that's the main key. That's the best tips I could give you. And always remember your angles. You see, I remember my angles. Each angle is gonna be different, so you gotta remember your angles too. After you master your angles, you can brush however you want to, because you got your mindset already. Your angles is stable. Now exactly you know how you brushing. And that's everything. Everything is all about remembering your angles. If you want to avoid forks and you want to avoid having a crooked pattern, just remember. And at the end, when you finish, always go soft. If you got a medium or you got a hard brush or you got a softy, when you finish everything you pattern with each brush, do a softy. You see what I'm doing? Don't push really hard down, okay? Just do a softy. That way, each section, you get the hair to lay down. You know what I'm saying? And that way you get the extra lay. It's tricks that you learn while you brushing. So the only way that you're gonna learn more is while you brushing. Understand? The more you brush, the more you learn about your hair, and you learn about your techniques, and you learn how to hold your brush, the angle that you feel comfortable. You know, because each waver they brush different. If you look at their hands, they don't brush the same. Everybody got their own style and they comfortable way to hold the brushes. That's another thing. You see how I brush my brush? You see? A lot of wavers don't hold it like that. You know, everybody got their own style. But the only thing that keep us together while we brushing is the connections. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own pattern. Jesus got his own PB to go, 360 juice. I'm got my own pattern. But the only thing that keep us together is that we got connections and we wavers. But everybody got their own style. So you cannot be like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? You could copy people techniques, but you cannot be a clone. You gotta modify the techniques that you copy from other wavers. So you gotta create your own methods and your own tricks. But you copy what they saying. You know what I'm saying? You copy their technique, but you gotta do your own technique. Okay? So if it was like that, like everybody would be the same. Everybody would have the same pattern. Everybody got different patterns. But at the end, everything is 360, 540, 720. But everybody got a different technique. You cannot have somebody else pattern. It's different. We got different heads, different hair. You know what I'm saying? The only way you could do that is you create a clone. So this is a brush section that I'm doing. What I'm explaining to you guys, how long should you brush? How long can you keep up? That's the title that I should write in a video. How long can you brush? No, how long should I brush to get waves? No, how long can you keep up? That's the title that I should write. Because honestly, I could be here for hours. And you see me brushing while I'm talking to you, right? But I'm not missing one spot. And why I don't brush the crown? Because I always leave the crown for last. I could get close to it, look. I I can get close to the crown. The reason why, the crown is real sensitive. Why? Because it's small, it's inside, it's small. So you gotta use a tip of the brush, or you could use a crown brush. So I work in my crown, but I don't work with my crown like I'm brushing right now. You see, outside I feel free, right? You see how I'm brushing a little fast, but when it comes to the crown, you see I get close, I slow down. That's where the baby hair is. So that's how it is. Look, I'm making this video right now, and how long we've been talking already? We've been talking for more than 15 minutes. So I've been brushing with you guys for over 15 minutes, which means that you need to brush at least 30 minutes. I know we all got responsibilities. I'm making this video, right? I'm off today. I'm making this video for you guys. On top of that, I'm a husband, you know, so I'm a brother, I'm a son, I'm a father. I work, and I'm still got time to make this video, edit the video for you guys, so you guys can learn from my mistakes and be better than me as a waver and learn more. But the only way that you're gonna learn is by practicing. If you don't practice, you're not gonna get better. You could listen to what I'm saying, but if you don't put it to practice, it's nothing you're gonna do. So you have to pay attention. You gotta learn. That's why I always tell you, practice what I preach. You see, now I'm working in the crown a little bit. Not too much. I still gotta work more in my crown, you know. My crown's kinda ugly, but remember I came from 360 with a swirl to 540 without scalping. So you guys gotta give me some credit. And I gotta offset the crown, which it makes it a little harder. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had a crown, a center crown. I would have a 360 beehive. I can still get a beehive, but it's gonna be little harder because since I gotta offset the crown, the pattern's not gonna be in the center. It's gonna be off. So the weight should be going like this, horizontal. See, instead of going down like a crown, it would be like this, like horizontal, like vertical type. But I gotta deal with what they gave me. God gave me an offset a crown. I gotta deal with it. I gotta make the best out of it and stay positive. So don't get discouraged. Stay maintaining and keep going. That's all I could tell you. I don't want to sound like a preacher, but you gotta brush how long you want to brush. The more that you brush, the better you get, because you learn. You learn a lot. You know how much I learned, man. I learned a lot in this weight game. I didn't know how to take care of my hair, nothing. Look at my hair now. My hair's silky, shining, healthy. That's another thing. You guys gotta drink water. Drink a little bit of water too. Start drinking so much soda. I drink soda, but not every day. You know what I'm saying? I drink soda maybe twice a week, 3 times a week. For real, no F. And it's good. You gotta keep your hair, your blood healthy. A lot of sugar's no good for your health, but I understand you guys is gonna listen to me and be like, man, FOG, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're talking about. But at the end of the road, sugar's too much sugar for your body. It's no good. So I hope you guys pay attention, listen and learn. Practice what I preach. This is what you wavy. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. I'll see you in the next episode. I'm gonna close the windows for you slowly but surely. You know.